this is Scott from the Mountain Dispatch and Scott Shot Media. Today is Friday, March 5th, and this is what is happening on the mountain. Not a lot of traffic to talk about today. No daytime CalTrans project scheduled. We do have that just tonight. State Route 330 transition to the 210 down at the bottom. Might lose an interchange for the widening project down there. But no project. And we don't have any hazardous weather forecasted. Our next chance of snow still looking possible Tuesday through Thursday next week. Not a very significant storm as of yet, but something to keep our eye out on, and we'll definitely keep you updated. No fires, no significant fire risk. In fact, we're at a low fire risk right now. The San Bernardino National Forest is under a moderate fire danger, and those restrictions are in place. We are at an average fire risk on the mountain for the next 4 months. You might see some smoke, especially if you're driving on the backside of Crestline down towards Lake Silverwood, burning down at their Forest Service station down there. There were 7 crimes. It's a big number for one day. 7 crimes reported on the mountain yesterday, a couple of them involving firearms, a couple of robberies or burglaries. So stick around and we'll go into greater detail on what those were. 6 Edison outages reported today. 5 of them were scheduled. One of them seemed like it was equipment problems this morning. It's only affecting a handful of customers. Out power. Everybody's power should be returned by about 4 o'clock this afternoon. And lastly, another big number, we had 8 new cases, net 8. So 9 new cases, but 1 was removed. It gives us about 50, maybe a little bit more than 50 active cases on the mountain right now. Reported today, bringing a total to 5. Big Bear Lake, 1 in Big Bear City, 1 in Ring Springs, and 1 in Lake Arrowhead. So these little peaks and valleys are to be expected. It's one of the reasons why the county does a 7-day average, trailing 7 days, because the numbers do fluctuate back and forth on a day-to-day basis. Some of that has to do with, if you have a big testing event on one day, maybe higher numbers than as opposed to. That's kind of where we stand. So stick around if you got a few more minutes. Go into greater detail, starting with our traffic. No hazards reported. There was a little congestion in and around Big Bear Lake on a Friday morning. Not too uncommon. Back here on 138, be careful as you go by Lake Silverwood. Forest Service is out there doing some pile burning, so don't be distracted when you see some smoke or fire. CalTrans here, 330 transition to the 210, and then there is no daytime CalTrans project scheduled today and nothing for the weekend. Weather's going to look nice. Speaking of the weekend, some pretty decent temperatures, 5,700 foot, low, almost 60, and even in Big Bear. We'll see a slight cool off for the next few days until about Tuesday, when we have a slight chance of snow showers with some cooler daytime temperatures forecasted, especially as we enter next week. No hazardous weather forecasted. We do see some moderate rain down below, maybe even some flooding down below, some moderate snow showers starting Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Might even see some fog with this clouds, storms that are blowing in. And it'll be a series of 3 small storms, it looks like right now. Starting Tuesday as it blows in, Tuesday afternoon into evening, we can see some increase. The storm blows out on Thursday, we can see some increased winds. And then on Friday afterwards, we can see actually our strongest wind event on Friday into Saturday. And as we get some clearing, as we get some cool temperatures, that is to be expected after a springtime storm. As I mentioned a couple times, there is the pile burning out here, State Route 138 by Lake Silverwood over by the Forest Service station. We are under a low fire risk for the next 7 days. That we do get some snow. Hopefully it'll go down if we get a significant event. But for now, we are under a moderate fire risk on the forest floor with an average fire risk for the next 4 months in all of California. We had 7 crimes reported on the mountain yesterday. Charges, one over in Crestline, one over is reported. And it's a good reminder to always keep your doors locked. Entries, burglaries occurred using force, which means they broke a window or kicked. Like the homes were occupied because the homeowners don't know what time the burglary happened at, unknown time. So have an alarm system, sign up with a security company, and watch out for your neighbors. If you see something, say something. Of power outages reported today. There were 6 of them. They're all relatively small except for this one over here in Twin Peaks with 57 customers. They're all scheduled with the exception of one of these in Lake Arrowhead. I believe it's this one over here. No, this one here in Lake Arrowhead. Equipment problems. Only affecting 9 people. Everybody's power is expected to be back by about 4 o'clock today. And lastly is our COVID-19 updates. We started the week off pretty strong. And towards the end of the week here, we see some big numbers. We actually reported 0 on a couple of days. But today we report 9 new cases, but we subtract 1. So 1 case was removed from Big Bear City, 4 new cases in Big Bear Lake, 3 in Crestline, and 2 in Running Springs. So the bigger communities reporting some new cases today. We also had a new death reported. I want to say it was on Lake Arrowhead today, and a new death yesterday in Running Springs, and a new death yesterday, I think, in Big Bear City. But than what we really would like to see. So we're not over yet. No changes this week in our state's 4-tier risk assessment system. Most of our communities are dropping down, especially the smaller communities, into the minimum risk. Big Bear City, Big Bear Lake, and substantial, but we still see widespread risk in Crestline, Lake Arrowhead, and Running Springs. So we got some work to do. Overall, a mountain community-wide, we are at a substantial risk. This is a 7-day average trailing 7 days. So these won't change very often. These will only change weekly. And the numbers that they use to change these are from 8 to 14 days ago. So even though you see maybe Lake Arrowhead, for example, today, we're still under widespread risk in Lake Arrowhead because we need to see 14 days of improvement before this will change. That being said, our daily risk is 16 out of 500, or 16 out of 100,000. So because we had 8 cases and about 50,000 residents, that gives us a rate of 16. We want to see this drop below a 7 in order to start seeing some restrictions. Substantial risk, and RIM is under a widespread risk. So on the average, you can see that the rest of the county, rest of the state is doing a little bit better than we are today in the country. So if you would like to receive a daily email of what is happening on the mountain, comes to your inbox 6 o'clock every morning, you can sign up on our website, mountain-dispatch.com. On the top right-hand corner of our webpage, there's a subscribe button. All I need is your name, address, and we'll get that in your email in your inbox every morning. Feel free to email me. Message. Follow along on Facebook. What is happening on the mountain? So if you would like late breaking news, add us at our social media channel to your social media at YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope. We are at Scott Shot Media. So you guys have a nice weekend. We probably won't do a video report unless there is some late breaking news over the weekend, but you will get those email updates if you sign up, and we will post breaking news on our social media channels. And we look forward to talking to you soon.